Well, the governor's order banning vaccine mandates is getting a lot of attention here and across the country, but it's getting praise from Congressman August Pfluger. Today, Pfluger was in Odessa speaking at a town hall. He talked to Sammy Steele about the role he says he had in convincing the governor to actually make that order. Sammy.
Crystal, the congressman tells me he talked with Governor Abbott multiple times, explaining how vaccine mandates were only going to become more common. He told the governor if Texas was going to stop it, Abbott needed to act before it was too late.
I want Governor Abbott to push back hard.
It doesn't take long to learn how Congressman August Pfluger feels about COVID vaccines.
I will tell you right now, I got the vaccine. That was my personal choice for me as a person. Okay? I'm not about to come on here and stand on this stage and tell any of you what to do about it.
And to do just that, the congressman asked Governor Abbott to create an executive order.
I think it's overreach at the biggest level. I asked Governor Abbott to push back. I'm glad to see that he's doing that, and I hope he will continue to do that.
Last month, President Biden moved to mandate shots for healthcare workers, federal contractors, and most federal workers.
It's time to impose requirements on key groups to make
If they refuse, they could face disciplinary measures or be out of a job.
Well, as a citizen, it makes me angry to know that the president is trying to control our lives. As a congressman, I'm pushing back by asking Governor Abbott and joining with like-minded conservatives to make sure that we as citizens have our choices and that we can continue to do our jobs. And I hate to see the politicization of this pandemic, and I think that this is a perfect example of the left trying to use this pandemic for political reasons.
Many vaccines are mandated for students or employees like polio, tetanus, and Tdap. So I asked the congressman, what makes this vaccine different?
I think there's a lot of differences. You know, first and foremost, there is a time component to it, and there's people who have medical conditions that are rightfully worried, but it's also the fact that we have a vice president who, when she was campaigning, said that she would never take the vaccine if mandated by President Trump. Well, what does that tell us as a population?
The vice president said that back in October of 2020, but noted she would take the vaccine if recommended by the CDC, which it now is.
If the doctors tell us that we should take it, I'll be the first in line to take it, absolutely. But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
But if the vaccine is about a person's choice and not forcing anyone to do something they don't want to do,
The vaccine is right, go take it. Okay? If you have concerns, that's a personal decision.
we asked the congressman why the same principle doesn't apply to a woman's right to choose.
There's a different component to it when the second person involved doesn't have a say. This is where we go back to the science, and we see that the CDC is not coming out with good, clear guidance. They're using a political approach to it, and that's what I don't appreciate about what the president and what the vice president had previously said and now their approach at this point.
Congressman Pfluger says the vaccine is going to continue to be a big conversation topic in D.C. for months, possibly even years to come.